my friend Gritty from the Philadelphia Flyers. Hi everyone, it's me James. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Philly Sports and Sings. So first I want to talk about what happened with people. As you guys might know, since the pandemic or after the pandemic, I think somehow it affected everybody because not only myself feeling this way and also the people I talk to, they have noticed that people have changed. Not only people become more mean to other people, people are not nice anymore. And also it seems like nobody knows anything anymore all of a sudden. For example, you go to McDonald's, you go to a convenience store, or you go to a restaurant, and you ask the people that works there about their menu, about their product, or about the promotion, or as simple as there's no soap in the bathroom. Right? If you ask somebody, you tell them that, there's no soap in the bathroom. And the law requires the workers and everyone, in the restaurant use the bathroom to wash their hands. So this way, the hands are sanitized. And so you can go, the workers can go cook the food and people can go eat their food in the restaurant so they don't get sick. It's very simple. But if you ask a worker, you're telling a worker to put some more soap, for the sink in the bathroom. And then sometimes they just stand there, especially a lot of young people. They just stand there staring at you and act like they don't know what you're talking about or they don't know what to do. And then you ask them more, and then they're going to say they're going to go talk to the manager, they're going to talk to somebody else. And it's very frustrating, right? You ask somebody about their product, about in the store, about their, or, in the store, you ask about their product. Or in the restaurant, you ask about their menu. Or, what sauce goes on this burger, and what kind of cheese goes on the cheesesteak. Or, does the chicken finger come with any sauce? And they just stand there and staring at you, acting like it's not like in a restaurant environment and they have no idea what you're talking about. In the stores too, you ask them about a sale, you ask them about if there's like different sizes for a shirt or a pair of pants. They're staring. They're standing there staring at you. Once again, act like you don't know what you're talking about. And then you ask them again, or you say something like, like, you're working here. How would you not know? And then all of a sudden they have an attitude. I really don't understand it. It's not my problem because if I go to a store, I want to buy something. I go to a restaurant, I'm inquiring about what they're selling, what kind of food they have. They're the ones that needs to know. And some questions are very simple, right? About things such as, what comes with the breakfast is nothing hard. I mean, you can just tell me the 3 pieces of pancake, and you have a choice of like sausage or bacon, and come with 1 or 2 eggs. I mean, how are you working a restaurant? And I know you eat the food there because most people work in the restaurant get to eat for free there, right? You work during the breakfast hours, you eat breakfast. You work through lunch and dinner, and you get to eat their food for free, or you get a 50% discount. I mean, it's common sense. I'm not being dumb here. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm sure a lot of you have worked in the restaurant one time or another, or in any stores. And how would they not know what they're serving? And then you question them again, and then they have an attitude. So I really have no understanding of it, but people were not like that. At least people have, before the pandemic, people have a little bit of knowledge of what they're talking about at the workplace or just in the private setting. Like if you walk around in your neighborhood, you see somebody and you're trying to talk to them, and and the way it was that most people will talk to you, right? You wanted to talk, even somebody that you don't really know, you wanted to talk to them about something, they'll talk to you. But nowadays it's like, I'm scared to talk to people because if I just approach somebody, whether at the workplace or on the street, you're trying to talk to them, and then they just ignoring you. I'm not, I mean, I do that too when somebody, panhandle or ask me for money, and I don't have money to hand out. So I just keep on walking, right? Because I don't want to get involved in an argument, and those people on the streets are crazy. They might have, pull out a knife because you don't give them any change or any money or anything. But like if I just walk around my neighborhood or I saw something interesting happening, I'm just trying to talk to the person that's next to me about it. And then all those people acting like they can talk to me, like I'm bothering them. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with people. I know it's not me, because if I'm approached or I'm approaching someone, I'm very friendly. I don't have an attitude, right? If somebody give me a problem, that's a whole different story. But I don't have an attitude if somebody just asks me a question. But on the street, if you're trying to talk to somebody, ask somebody a question, nowadays after the pandemic, and they act like they can talk to you, or they make you feel uncomfortable, like you're harassing them or something, right? So like I really don't know what the hell's going on, but people definitely have changed. And the reason I say all this is it is because uh, uh, a couple of weeks ago I mentioned about Howard Askins. He's a radio show DJ. Actually, he's a sports radio talk show host. And also here, he's a sideline reporter for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think might have something to do with Fox Sports because I often see him reporting from the sidelines. Uh, you know, in the pre-show, before the game, and during the game, when it's broadcasted by Fox, and he also appears on some of the in Philadelphia area, the Fox 29, uh, those football related sports shows, like the post game show or the pre game show or whatever. So he made and wanted advance towards some women that works at the Citizens Bank Park, and he kissed some women that works for the food service, and the women didn't like it, so it caused a problem. And then the Citizens Bank Park banned him from uh, going in the park ever again. And then the Philadelphia Sixers, the basketball team, jumped on the bandwagon and banned him from the Wells Fargo Center also. So he's not allowed to go to the anymore, for work or for pleasure. He's not allowed to go to the Sixers game either. And also the Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers are playing there. So if the Wells Fargo Center banned him from going to any events there, I don't even think he's allowed to attend any more of the Flyers games. So the radio station he was working for uh, actually initially suspended him from being on the air, but they didn't say much about it. And the funny thing was that I do listen to WIP radio, 94 WIP in Philadelphia, and Howard Askins is on that station. And he used to be on full time, but then he was semi-retired about 2015. He was semi-retired, so now he just do a Saturday morning show from 8 to 11 on every Saturday, and it seems like the radio station is not allowed anyone on the radio to talk about him for some reason. Because right when after it happened, I heard on the news radio, and it was also on the TV news in the Philadelphia area about the incident that related to Howard Askins. But then comes Monday, right? The Monday after that weekend, when it all came out in the news. And I was expecting the WIP radio talk show host talk about it, but nobody talked about it. Since then, 3 weeks passed, no one on the WIP radio has talked about Howard Askins. So I don't know. Like, it's just weird because it is already in the news and everybody knows about it. So it's no big secret. And so they're not telling you if his show is still on every Saturday. I mean, I check on the WIP radio's website, and it is listed. He is Howard Askin. It's on every Saturday morning. But 3 weeks passed by. The first week after the incident, he was scheduled to be off because it was around the July 4th holidays. And I think he took maybe some vacation days. But the following week, he was not on. And there was no explanation of it. And then the third week, the third Saturday passed by, and he's still not on the radio. So I think there needs to be some kind of clarity, just tell the listeners whether he's going to be on the radio or he's fired or he's never going to be on again. Just tell the public, I don't understand what the big secret is, like whether he's on the radio or not. And the same thing, it leads to the congressional hearing with the head of the United States Secret Service. Her name is Kimberly Cheetos. So there was a congressional hearing with her about President Trump assassination attempt in Butler, PA, when Trump had the rally there. So the whole thing was, I watched the whole congressional hearing, and I have never seen anything like that before. I mean, that really is a new chapter in United States politics.
I have always been
Yes
eager
or
to
no?
come
You didn't
and
want to
talk
answer
to
the question.
committee.
We had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today. That is not transparent, by the way. You stated earlier, Secret Service is not political. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several hours before you sent it to this committee as being political? Yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit. So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record articles by Punchbowl News, Political Playbook, Washington Post, all done at 5:24 a.m., 6:12 a.m., 6:34 a.m., a solid 3 to 4 hours before this committee got your statement.
Without objection, so ordered.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of shit today. You're just being completely dishonest.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr.
Chairman, I want to.
The head of the Secret Service is not answering any questions that the congressman and the congresswoman was asking her some are very simple questions about the Trump shooting. It's like not making any sense to me, because when the shooting happened and they were saying Biden is leaving his vacation home in Delaware and is going back to the White House, so immediately, because I'm really into conspiracy, so immediately I thought it has something to do with Biden. Maybe, the Democrats are trying to get rid of Trump for the election, so maybe they're behind. I'm just into conspiracy theory, but that's just my thought. That's my first thought, because if Trump is getting shoot at or getting shot, what motivates President Biden to leave his vacation and go right back to the White House? It's not like there's war breaking out, or a city in the United States is hit by a nuclear bomb or some kind of attack, right? That would require the president to go right back to the White House. So, like, I didn't understand what President Biden, all those movements, was about. So immediately, I thought it had something to do with Biden. But now, all the conspiracy theories are pointing at maybe it is an inside job, which means it had to do with the Secret Service and the law enforcement altogether. Like the Homeland Security. I'm not talking about the local police department, or not even the Pennsylvania State Police that are there to support the effort in protection of the protectees that's protected by the Secret Service. I'm talking about on the federal level. Maybe it is. There are a lot of videos you guys can watch on YouTube. Just search for it, right? Very simple. Just search for conspiracy, Trump assassination attempt, or stuff like that. You'll see a bunch of it. So people are pointing finger at the Secret Service, saying it is an inside job. And also, another conspiracy theory has to do with this company. It's called Blackstone. It is a financial company, but somehow they, some years ago, they started to train people. It's almost like those domestic or the foreign terrorist training camp that you see on the video.
I don't want nobody taking my gun rights away from me. I don't want nobody taking my freedom of speech from me. So I'll die for that. Hell yeah.
Right, those people are there wearing like the military camouflage uniform, and then they're doing a lot like running and shooting, things like that, which is really weird, right? It's a financial company and they're training people to shoot. And it says that because this 20-year-old Crooks, this 20-year-old kid that was shooting at President Trump, he appeared in maybe one or two of the Blackstone's commercial. It's about schooling, right? It's a school setting, and he appeared in the commercial just for seconds, but for lots of different scenes, a lot of different seconds.
Spotlighted Thomas Crooks, infamously known as Trump's shooter. Fast forward to 2024, Crooks re-emerged as a bad sequel no one asked for, attempting to assassinate Trump at a Pennsylvania rally, wielding none other than a BlackRock rifle. There are a lot of loopholes in the relationship between the shooter and BlackRock, but in this video we will walk you through the process of how BlackRock became the unwitting training ground for a presidential assailant. BlackRock and the shooter. The story of BlackRock Firearms begins in the late 1988. Founded by Larry Fink and a group of partners, BlackRock initially started as a risk management and fixed income institutional asset manager. Over the years, it has grown into a colossal entity with over $9 trillion in assets under management as of 2021. This staggering figure makes BlackRock the largest asset manager in the world, a position that grants it unparalleled influence over global financial markets. One of the most controversial aspects of BlackRock's investment strategy is its involvement in the firearms industry as the largest shareholder in America's largest gunmaker. In the commercial, the scene at Bethel Park High School depicted an ordinary school day, emphasizing the importance of teachers and the value of well-managed retirement plans. The gunman, Thomas Matthew Crooks, was a senior at the school in 2022 and appears on screen twice during the 30-second spot. He is seen sitting at a classroom desk wearing a dark-colored hooded sweatshirt and does not speak. Crooks' participation, along with that of his fellow students, was intended to add a touch of authenticity and relatability to the advertisement. Brian Dalla, a dedicated AP and honors economics teacher from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who was also featured in the advertisement for BlackRock, shared his insights on financial well-being and his aspirations for the future. In the ad, Brian expressed that financial well-being to him means knowing that he can be free to do the things he loves to do. Reflecting on his career and retirement, he hoped people would remember him as someone who made his school a special place and gave as much as he could to help the community. His heartfelt words resonated with the core message of BlackRock's campaign.
And you see him sitting there in the classroom and things like that. So people made that connection, that there's a connection between this 20-year-old and the Blackstone company and their training, because Blackstone it's a financial company and it grows so big, it's almost like a monopoly, and it can actually control the finances of the world, and also it can control things like what, like its agenda, what it wants to do with certain things, how things happens in the world. So it has control of a lot of things because it controls money. So enough said, but this company, the conspiracy theory has that this Blackstone company has something to do with the shooter, Crooks, shooting at the President Trump. So that was another conspiracy theory, and it is all over the YouTube. You guys can look up for it if you have an interest. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, since the pandemic, right? Oh, okay. So anyway, about the congressional hearing, the head of Secret Service, Kimberly Cheetos, she refuses to any questions. Any questions the congressman ask her, right? Some questions are very simple about why there was no snipers or people put on that roof or on the water tower, and what kind of overwatch, whether they use drones or they have a station their agents at a high point so they can see what is going on at all the rooftops, or how many shell casings were there on that rooftop where the shooter was shooting at President Trump. Every question that was asked, right, she will say, it's ongoing investigation and you have to refer, the FBI is investigating it, so you have to refer the question to FBI. And both sides, right, of the Congress, the Democrats and the Republicans were there. This is not a Trump thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's a bipartisan. Both parties was there questioning Kimberly Cheetos about what happened. And also the Congress has requested some information, for example, like a timeline of the assassination attempt, what happened at what time, and then they also request some videos and audios and communication transcript that the Secret Service have. And this has nothing to do with FBI. The Congress represents the people of the United States, and they request this stuff from the Secret Service, and the Secret Service actually, apparently actually it is an agency that works for us. It work, they work for the people, right? We're the taxpayer. We pay their salaries, just like the police department, just like the mayors, it's just like the president, like everybody. They're public servants. They work for the people of America, of United States. They work for us because we're taxpayers. We pay their salaries. So it is not private. It's not a private company. And when the Congress that represents all of the Americans, they're the people that elect the congressmen and women into the Congress. They're representing us, and they are having a hearing, and they are requesting some documentations from the Secret Service, and they, during the hearing, they are expecting to get some answers about what happened. And this woman that works for the head of the Secret Service is refusing to answer any questions. I have never seen anything like that. It was interesting, and I was pissed off at her at the same time. It kept me sit there, watch the whole thing for like about 4 hours. It was really crazy. So it ended up being both Democrat and the Republican congressmen and women inform Kimberly Cheetos that she needs to be fired or she needs to resign immediately. That's what's so crazy about it. I have never seen anything like that, and I don't know what Kimberly Cheetos is trying to cover up, because obviously pretty much all the Secret Service do is to protect the president and the former presidents and the people that, the other head of states from other countries that visit this country, if they're assigned to protect those people. And that's all they do. And other than they examine the counterfeit money. That's how the Secret Service started. It's examining the counterfeit money, but that doesn't require the agents being out there and protecting somebody. And it's, the counterfeit part. I don't think it's as big deal as actually being out there and have to set up a perimeter and to protect somebody. So pretty much all they do is protection service, and so I don't know what the big deal is, right? So now the congressmen and women is telling Ms. Cheetos that there has to be transparency, because if she's not answering any questions, and that motivate others to come up with more conspiracy theories and rumors, because people don't know what the cover-up is about. So obviously, if the head of Secret Service is not answering questions and she is trying to cover something up, I mean, that's exactly what it is. But even though I don't know what she's covering up, I don't know if she is the one that decide Trump has to go. So she had her agents not to pull the trigger and to kill the gunman that was on the rooftop, the 20-year-old I'm talking about that was on the rooftop. Because I learned before, from the news before, and by watching the congressional hearing about this, that the Secret Service or the law enforcement was informed 58 minutes. It's about a whole hour prior to the gunman pulling the trigger, and the bullet flew by and shot President Trump's ear, because Trump was speaking and he was turning certain ways, and they had almost a whole hour to watch this guy. And that's before the guy even got on the roof because he was acting suspicious with like range finder and a range finder on the cell phone and also a backpack. And then later on he was spotted climbing up the roof, and he was on the roof with a rifle. And all this time passed, right? And the law enforcement, it doesn't matter what law enforcement, what agency it is, they know this guy had a gun and was on the rooftop. And the snipers took pictures of him. The Secret Service snipers took pictures of this guy on the rooftop. They should have neutralized him. They should have, it only took one shot. After the guy, right, after the 20-year-old shot President Trump, fired 8 bullets. And then the sniper, Secret Service snipers, on the other rooftop, fired 1 shot, single shot, and killed this guy. It could have done, right? The gunman could have been killed before President Trump was being shot at. So the conspiracy is that, why did the Secret Service waited so long until the shot was fired at President Trump? And when you shoot at somebody with a gun, you take your chances. You don't know if it's going to hit a target or not. So supposedly, some congressmen have tried with his AR-15 rifle, and I think he did 18 shots, and 17 shots hit the target. 1 missed it. Okay, and just happened to hit the ear too. So it's like 94, 96% chances of making the shot. So you would think, right? Whoever is behind this shooting, it's hoping, it's using this 20-year-old, probably promise him a bunch of things, saying he's a patriot, tell him to do this. And then once the shot was fired, and they assume that it's going to hit President Trump in the head and it's going to kill him. And once the President Trump is dead, and then as soon as the shot was fired by the 20-year-old, and then the sniper fired 1 shot and killed the guy. So it just doesn't add up to me. So you do the math, you figure out, whether it's a conspiracy or it's something that's more real. But it just makes me think, like, what is the head of the Secret Service trying to hide? If she herself is not behind this, or maybe it's a group of people that have to do with her is behind this whole thing, and hopefully to have the President Trump killed, and then immediately they killed the gunman, the person that was shooting at President Trump. So the 20 years old is dead, so nobody can tell what happened, who sent him, why was he there, what was the motive. So the whole thing's really crazy. But my point is, after 20 minutes talking about this, my point is that since after the pandemic, people have become really crazy, right? People become more unfriendly, and people become mean, and people have an attitude. I don't know, it has something to do with the COVID, but a lot of people got COVID. President Trump has COVID right now, and he's sick. A lot of people had COVID. A lot of people had COVID and had no symptoms. You might not even know that you had COVID, but it did change people in some ways, because not only I noticed, everybody I talk to believes it and talks about the same thing, that people are different. That's what I'm trying to say. And I always trying to be nice to people. If you stop me on the street, if you're not bothering me, you're not asking me for money, you're not, making fun of me. If you stop me, you want to talk about anything, I don't care what it is. You want to talk about Trump, you want to talk about Biden, you want to talk about Eagles, you want to talk about Dallas Cowboys, I'll talk to you, right? I don't have an attitude. So I just want to point out, I'm not asking anybody to do anything. Everybody acts like how they want to act, which is fine. But, I just want to. I just thought it was weird. Itself might be another conspiracy about the COVID. It changed people. So, anyways, now I'm gonna get to the events of this week. So on Wednesday, July 17th, we went to an event. It is the Chef's Warehouse event. Chef's Warehouse is like a restaurant depot. It's a food supply company, and they had an event at the Philadelphia Distillery, and that featured this Blue Coat gin and Badger beer cocktails, and then they cook some of the food that they sell. Some hors d'oeuvres, and it was a pretty good event. It was a bar event. You go there just like you go to a restaurant. You eat and drink, but since the liquor company are promoting their beer and their liquor, so it was a free event. So we went. My friend Jody and my wife, we all went, and just happens all the food they put out. It was a lot like popular Asian appetizers, Asian related appetizers. They had cheesesteak egg roll, which is really popular in the sports bar nowadays, and then they had the fried dumplings, like the Chinese dumpling, and then they had the Korean rice balls, and later on they even put out some steamed wonton, and it was really good. Each different thing has its own sauce. It's mainly like a soy sauce based, different sauce for each different food of the food items. So I ate, and I tried the beer. The beer was good, and I tried the Blue Coat gin mixed drink. It was good. I don't drink a lot. I drink a little bit, and it was fun. It was a fun event, and it was a good opportunity to check out the newer bars. This place is pretty much like the Rivers Casino Suite, the new hotel. They convert an old warehouse into an distillery. They do that a lot because Philadelphia is an old city, and there are a lot abandoned old warehouses and factories, and it's really dirty inside. It's full of graffitis, and then they buy the property for cheap, and then they fix it up, and they do keep some of the old walls with the graffitis on there, so you can see a little bit the history of the place. That's what they do, and that's how they do it. So it was a good opportunity for me to visit and see some of these newer bars, especially the ones that are built into an old abandoned building. They fix it up, and it was really nice. And it's a real distillery because they had all the machines back there to make liquors. And then on Thursday, July 18th, I went to a 7-Eleven grand opening event in Cherry Hill, and it is the 7-Eleven on Brace Road in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It turned out to be a really good event because I saw the event on Facebook, and then it was really hard to find, so I wasn't sure. And they got the dates wrong. I think at first they got the dates and the time wrong. So I was a little bit suspicious about if they already did the event or they actually going to have it on that day. So I went there, and they had the event, and there were a lot of vendors there. It turned out to be a great event. So lots of 7-Eleven grand opening, it's actually good, and it is grand. In the past, there was another 7-Eleven grand opening in Delran, and they actually had two of the Philadelphia Phillies alumni players there signing autographs. This one had no ball player, but they had a lot of other things there. So the Red Bull was there handing out free drinks, and then the Coca-Cola was out there handing out free Coca-Cola product. They had a DJ there playing music for the event. And also, they had a table set up for you to spin the wheel so you can win things. And inside the 7-Eleven, that day only, they had free quarter-pounder hot dogs and small Slurpees. And then there were other things I couldn't remember because I only got Slurpee and hot dog. There was something else for free. Outside they told it was cookies, but it maybe was slice of pizza. And then New Jersey Lottery was out there promoting lottery ticket. So all you have to do is buy one lottery ticket and you can spin the wheel and win something. So I bought, and $1 I got pick 3 straight and box. I could just spend 50 cents and buy the straight ticket, but I always do straight and box. And $1 ticket, and I get to spin the wheel. And I won some things. The person was really nice. The person was running the New Jersey Lottery tent. He was really nice. And then they give you a coupon to visit 7-Eleven in the near future, and you can get more free food and stuff. So let me show you. I got this first. Put some things inside here. New Jersey Lottery. Got a long sleeve t-shirt. Like I said, summer doesn't last long in this area. Halfway through the football season, it's going to get really cold outside, so this shirt will come handy. And then New Jersey Lottery messenger bag. Really nice. I'll actually use this. And then they give me for the spinning the wheels, I got a 7-Eleven drawstring bag. And also a little lottery ticket scratch off shovel. And this is the coupon I was talking about. You see, you can get all that free stuff. Hot dogs, Slurpee, coffee, drinks, and pizza. Big gulp on different days. So that was the 7-Eleven event grand opening. It turns out to be a great event. I love it. And then on July 20th, there were 2 events. The first one, it involves Eagles cornerback and a kick returner Isaiah Roger. This one, it's at Ashling Distillery in Morrisville, Pennsylvania, which I know it is literally right across the river from Trenton, New Jersey. It's about a half-hour travel from Philadelphia, from Center City, Philadelphia. And this one, it's presented by the 2020 Real Estate. It was another good event. As I was walking toward the event, I saw some people that are out, that are usually out there getting autographs that I know or have seen, and they told me, I saw the guy with a box of stuff got signed, and he said, oh, it was a good event. So immediately I know the guy will sign a lot of stuff and have no attitude. And then when I got in the line, my friend Richard was in front of me. he's one of those guys that goes out there to get autographs. So he had 4 media helmets and a whole bunch of pictures signed by the ball player. And then I just had a couple pictures for him because I had to get a picture signed for my friend Jody. She could not go to that event. And then Richard came back with more pictures for him to sign. And also, the event provides an 8x10 picture card. The player will sign and hand out for free. And that's always good because I don't always have money. I don't always have the picture or want to spend money to get the pictures printed out. So it's good when you go to the events that they already have pictures there. So this way I can, I'll take a stock photo. It is all good. And then they have some liquor, since it's another bar, another distillery. So they had some liquor company there promoting their liquor or beer, and they were handing out koozies and stuff. Some sunglasses, If I have the stuff, I'll show it to you. They had the koozies and sunglasses and some other things, they were handing out there. And it was an outdoor event. And other than that, there's not much going on. But it was a good event. And I have never met Isaiah Roger. Apparently he was traded, or no, he was acquired by the Eagles from maybe through free agency from the Indianapolis Colts. So anyways, let me see if I have anything here I can show you. Yeah, alright, so these are the 2 pictures. This one I printed out, and I had Rogers to sign. And this one, it's provided by the event. So I had 2 things signed by Isaiah Roger, which is really neat. And then that event was at noontime. And then a half hour later at 12:30, there was a Philadelphia Flyers community caravan event. It took place at the Northeast Skate Zone, which is a skate zone, ice skating rink that had to do with Flyers in Northeast Philadelphia. So, we all went over there afterwards, after the first one, because it is on the way back to Philadelphia. You have to go past Northeast Philly to get to Center City. So everybody stopped there. And it was another one of those Flyers community caravan event that I had been going to. It was fun. There were a lot of vendors there. It was a bigger event than the ones they have down the shore. But what happens was that they actually run out of the free giveaways that they had at the same event previously, when just a couple weeks ago, when they were down the shore, when they were down Jersey Shore, right? They had a few events there at Wildwood and Ocean City and Seattle City. You can see that on my last episode. I went to those events. So down the shore, they had Flyers hats and the beach cooler, Gritty keychain, and also wallet, Flyers wallet. But now it seems like they're running out merchandise. So all they had at this event on the table to give away, it was Flyers beach cooler and Gritty keychain. That's all they had. So there were other vendors there. You can like spin the wheel to win something, and if you don't win anything, they give you a ticket. Then you can go inside the skate zone, and there is a store in there, like a pro shop, and then you show them that ticket, then they'll give you a prize. And then there, as usual, DJ Hollywood was there playing games, and they had a whole blown up hockey rink set up, which they didn't need down the shore because in Wildwood there was already a hockey rink, and in Ocean City they used the basketball court as the hockey rink. So they actually had a whole blown up hockey rink they set up. It was really neat. And then the Ice Girls, and there was one guy. So the Ice Girls and Ice Guy and Gritty was out there taking picture with the fans, with Flyers fans, and signing autographs. It was a lot of fun. It was a good event, and it was hot and humid outside. So I went inside the skate zone, the ice skating rink. It's always cold. The Flyers game, it's always cold. In the wintertime, you got to wear, extra like jacket and stuff to go indoor because it's ice and it's cold. So I went inside, and it literally, it's like a freezer, like you walk into a freezer, right? So I went inside to cool off and watch people skate. So it was awesome, it was awesome. I sat in there for a little bit and cooled off. So it turned out to be another good event. So that's all the events for this week. And you might be wondering why I'm wearing a blue number 17 t-shirt, right? I'm an Eagles fan, and it looks like cowboy stuff. And I'll explain to you next week because I got this shirt for free, and it looks good, and that's why I'm wearing it. But I'll explain to you next week on my next week's show. It has to do with one of the events. So now for the upcoming events. On Wednesday, July 24th, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the Flyers Training Center in Voorhees, New Jersey. There's another one of those Flyers community caravan, and this one is actually a community day for where, in Voorhees, for where the Flyers Training Center is located. This event, this is the biggest one of the Flyers community caravan event every year. And the thing about this one is they will actually have a few. Last year they had like about 6 to 8 current players there signing autographs. No alumni, current players there signing autographs. And then they provide the picture card, so you don't have to, because you don't know who it is, you can't print the pictures out. And last year they provide nice 8x10 picture cards to sign for you, and there are more vendors there, and there is a free ice skate during the event. So keep that in mind. That's a good Flyers event. And on Tuesday, July 30th, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is all day 94 WIP radio broadcasting from McGurk's in Horsham. And this one is about the Major League Baseball trading deadline. So they'll be broadcasting all day from McGurk's in Horsham. And at 12 noon, the Philly Fanatic will be there. Okay, the Philly Fanatic, Philadelphia's mascot, he will be there to take pictures and greet with the fans. So if you like that kind of stuff, go for it. And then on Thursday, August 1st, at 6:30 p.m., is the Eagles Open Training Camp. They used to do a lot, and then they only do 2, and then they start to sell tickets for $10. And now they only do 1 open practice. So August 1st, 6:30 p.m. It's the Eagles open practice at Lincoln Financial Field. And if you're a true Eagles fan, you don't want to miss this. And you can still get the tickets, I believe, on the Philadelphia Eagles or Ticketmaster website. You know, you can still buy tickets. $10 donations to the Autism Foundation. It will get you in, and then you know they have a lot of stuff set up there, like the green screen photos. They have the Eagles garage sale, and they have some alumni autograph session, and then also after the practice, you know, select players will be signing autographs. So it is a lot of fun, and if you're a true Eagles fan, you got to be there, and I'll be there. If you see me, stop me, and you know, I'll make a video with you for my future shows. So that's pretty much it. You know, I'm gonna go to the open practice and take a picture with Swoop, and take a picture with the Eagles cheerleaders as usual, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So for now, let's go Phillies, and let's go Eagles. EAGLES, Eagles, for the open practice.